Well, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since the last wild camp, and what a stark difference in terms of the weather. You'll see behind me, I've got Tom on this one, and we're in a new tent, the Tindheim 2 by MSR. The wind today is brutal, 40 mile an hour of recorded max gust at the moment. Got my wind meter with me. Potentially up to 50 miles an hour, I don't know. There's no dangerous ground, there's no steep edges, and I know this terrain very well, so there's no danger. The only danger is potentially damaging the tent, but I think it's going to be okay. It's a 3-season tunnel tent, and I've brought the Delta ground anchors, so as long as they hold fast and the guys stay nice and secure, I think we'll see through. And the wind is due to drop down toward the end of the day and overnight. Well, we've got to the location. It's obviously a bit early to get the tent out yet. It really is going to be a good test for this tent. Now, the actual wind speed's around 25-30. It's got these intermittent gusts, quite squally. So we'll see. I've got a backup tent in the car if needs be, and I can go and get that. But the forecast wind is due to drop down to around 20-25. So we'll see how it goes. We'll wait here for a bit, chill out, have a drink, and then try and get pitched. We've had to use the wall as a windbreak. Even still, it's still quite blowy. Got it. Guys out to my pack. Just got to think, be methodical, take our time. So here we are, all pitched. I mean, the biggest sort of area of, danger, if you can call it that, the biggest risk is getting your poles in, getting it erected and guys out as quickly as you can. There's a great video on the Hillerberg website, I'll link that in the description to this, but yeah, just follow that. And with these tunnel tents, get as much tension end to end as you can, stretch out that structure and let the guy lines and the design of the tent do what it's meant to do. With these great vents at each end, similar to another tent, really good feature. Gonna get some nice airflow through there, but there's pretty strong winds today, as you've seen, and based on how it's performing now, it's been up for about 10 minutes. Tom's in there getting nice and warm. I think it's going to be fine. So a bit of a test, a bit of an adventure. Sometimes it's good to push ourselves a bit, push the gear, and I've not really seen any bad weather tests with this tent, so I'll be really interested to see how we fare throughout the night. But I think it'll be absolutely fine. It's a heavy tent, a solid tent, and it's designed for bad weather to be a nice cozy refuge from the elements. So let's go and take advantage of that. So this is the interior. We've got a nice usable porch stroke vestibule. Obviously we put the ground sheet down first. It's great on sort of boggy ground like this. You've got a full length drying line in the interior of the tent. You've got these half moon vents which we're going to open and get some airflow. I'll be reviewing this in due course. We get a few more sort of bad weather tests, but that was part of the reason why I wanted to bring this one out. Really put it through its paces before I give my opinion on it. But it's doing okay so far. We'll get the sleeping stuff set up, get it a little bit homely, and just relax. Yeah, it's doing great, absolutely fine. These vents and the system of guys on them, similar to the Hillerberg Namage. It's looking solid, really strong gusts, and it's absolutely fine. Got every confidence in it. This is what it's all about. Good test for the gear, and it's a good experience for Tom as well. You know, seeing some testing weather conditions and experiencing that. I'm not cooking burgers in there, but what a fantastic day. It's been a while, I've not been able to get out just for personal reasons. I can't say any more than that, but now that we're here, it's absolutely fantastic. And what a great tent. It's doing brilliant, looks good, blends in well, and it's solid in that wind. Fantastic. So just safely out of earshot of Tom, this is obviously the place where I had that really scary experience many years back, and if you want to know about it, I'll link above now a card, and I explained toward the end of that video what took place here. But it was genuinely the most terrifying experience I've ever had on a wild camp. Yeah, so hopefully be fast asleep tonight. It won't be a repetition of what happened all those years ago. Got Shetland Slough, the Cheshire Matterhorn, very distinctive prominent peak when you look at it from certain directions. We can hear the wind whipping around this wall. When we're cooking our tea, I'm just going to do it down here. I don't want to get fat all over the tent anyway, but what I was saying before, it really blends in. Look at that, just holding its own there. A little home from home on the hill. This is a brewery local to me, from the Liverpool area, from the Neptune Brewery, Abyss Oatmeal Stout. Do you want to try a sip of this, Tom?
Yeah, sure.
That's just how it works.
Yeah. Adults first.
Here we go.
Whoa.
This is based in my gull.
Is it good? Does it smell nice? Good?
Yeah. Little one, only a little sip.
Okay. It's actually alright, you know.
You don't like it, do you?
Oh no, the aftertaste.
Right.
It was nice when I tried it at first, but now the aftertaste is a bit off.
Cheers, everyone. Nice. I intended to camp this side for the views, you know, fantastic. You cannot get better than that. However, in the interest of not wanting to be ridiculous and potentially damage a nice bit of equipment, we've opted for the shelter of this wall. So it's westerly winds, west, northwest, westerlies, and just taking the sting. If we look this side, well, you can hear it whistling away there. 27, Shetland Slough, and beyond, it's looking toward Manchester. $30, 31, 31.8. Yep, it's a blowy one.
From quite close range at times, and it seemed to be able to leap and run in an upright bipedal stooped movement or something I do, and it was sickening.
It might be hard to move, but I'll definitely do it.
Well, morning everyone. It was a really windy night last night, and indeed it's increased this morning. The gusts are really picking up again. There was some quite heavy rain around 4 AM, but that was nice and relaxing. But this tent, it hasn't skipped a beat. It's been rock solid, not a drop of water inside. I obviously have used the ground anchors, but they haven't moved. The guy lines haven't slipped. It stayed nice and solid, and it's been a fantastic shelter, especially for 2 people on this trip. Had a good sleep, Tom?
Yeah.
Just having our bit of a breakfast, so we've got some coffee for me, breakfast bar somewhere. Tom's on a lovely hot chocolate, and you've got a nice breakfast bar with that, have you, as well? We're just going to get this down us and then get packed away. But I mean, you can see how much room's in there. It's absolutely cavernous. For 2 people, fantastic. For 1 person, absolute luxury, if you don't mind carrying the weight. So yeah, and I don't prefer luxury nowadays. So we'll just get this down us and then we'll speak to you in a bit. Well, we're all out, and all we've got left to do is deconstruct the tent. Now the winds are still strong, so similar to when you're pitching it, you've just got to apply the same kind of rationale, kind of method, albeit just in reverse. So the wind is coming from behind us, so we're going to start from the front of the tent and work into the wind, and they will be the pegs and guy lines that come out last. Main thing is, when you can, get the poles out and just get the structure flattened, and then sort of your main risk is over. And strap it to your carabiner as you're about to take the last guy lines out, and you'll be golden. So we'll crack on with that and we'll say goodbye just before we head off. So once you've unpegged the fly, just gather it all with one final guy, anchored windward side. We're down in the lee, and we're going to roll it up towards the pack, and the wind is coming towards us, and we've worked that way with all the unpegging. Just do that in the wind, you'll be fine. And check out that Hilleberg video, it sort of demonstrates what I've been talking about, but I can't film it myself. Right, let's get it away. There's Tom enjoying the Kestrel, measuring the wind speed, 32.9. the usual, no trace left other than some flattened grass, and that, as I always say, is how it always should be. Is that on max?
Yeah, max.
Well, that's it for another wild camp. It's been a windy one, but a good adventure. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
What did you like best about it?
The wind.
The wind. Yeah, okay. Well, the tent held up really well. How do you think the tent did?
I think it did amazing in like 40-mile-an-hour winds. It was just like sitting there tanking it. It was mad.
Tanking it, technical term. Performed well. Well, yeah, I was really impressed with it. Tunnel tent, as long as you get it nice and tight from end to end, get the guys properly in, especially with some ground anchors. Well, it didn't skip a beat, so I was really impressed with it. Well done. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Drop us a comment if you want. Hit that like button and check out the back catalogue. There's plenty more, and we'll see you on the next adventure.
Bye guys.
Take care.